Hey everybody, I'm about to make some lunch for myself and I figured why not record it. Somebody had asked me the other day if I had any ideas for an anti-inflammatory protocol type of lunch because she is trying to cut out nuts, eggs, and dairy, I think she said. And she said some of my previous ideas looked all fine and good and everything, but she can't eat any of that kind of stuff. And she's like, what ideas do you have for anti-inflammatory? Well, sometimes I try to eat that way too. I've done a really good job healing some thyroid issues that I had over the last couple of months. And I've really kind of changed my numbers pretty significantly. And I feel like some of the anti-inflammatory protocol type of things, it kind of overall reduces, sort of how many inflammatory items you're eating. And some of the normal things that people are allergic to tend to be like wheat or gluten or whatever you want to, however you want to word that, and nuts and seeds and dairy and eggs. So there's a lot of people who are really watching that. So I figured I would give sort of a lunch idea that involved that protocol or fit within the guidelines of that protocol. And then also it's quick and easy, and it's kind of a really nice way to feed yourself. Because self-care is really important. I have a lot of stress going on this week anyway, hence the reason why I'm recording a video with I haven't even taken a shower, I don't have any makeup on, but whatever. This is who I am today. So I'm going to do chicken salad lettuce wraps, but instead of making it with mayo, I'm going to use avocados as the mayo. And normally in my chicken salad, I like nuts and stuff like that, so I'll leave it out and we're going to put some other things in to season it nicely. So I got the best, most natural canned chicken that I could find, but if you like, if you have rotisserie chicken, or if you have some leftovers from dinner, kind of use that up. I just bought some canned stuff, and I just dumped it into the bowl, and then I'm going to use, this avocado is really small, so I'm going to have to use the whole thing if you're using a large can of chicken. So, I love when I open it, it's not all bruised. Look how pretty that one is. That's like a really pretty little avocado. And I just go ahead and kind of dice it up in here. And I'm going to smush it up with a fork when I get it all in the bowl. Some other things that I'm going to add, I'm going to try to talk through it really quickly. So I'm going to chop up some celery, and then when I'm done chopping up the celery, I'll put some cilantro in there. I don't have any lime, but I do have a lemon, so I'm going to squeeze some lemon in there, and then I'll do salt and pepper, and that's pretty much, we're just doing a basic one today. And I like to put it in a lettuce wrap instead of using bread, and green leaf is what I have in the house, so that's what I'm going to be putting in there today, or putting it in today. But they sell like lots of different kind of like butter lettuce and like bib lettuce, and even romaine they've been putting sort of in lettuce wrap form, like pre-pulling the leaves and cleaning, triple washing it and stuff like that, because people like lettuce wraps so much. And you can do tacos on those, or just, like your regular sandwich that you would do, you can do on a lettuce wrap if you're just kind of trying to knock out the bread. Or maybe you're trying to stay gluten-free. I actually have the kids pretty well gluten-free over here. Any of their little pretzels for school, or the bread that we use, or if we're gonna have waffles or something like that. I'm just trying to get them off of like wheat right now, and then we'll see where it goes from there. They do eat a lot of my keto type of food, but I'm even moving a little bit away from keto. I've been on it for almost 8 months now. I've lost about 35 pounds, and more importantly, kind of pretty well eradicated my migraines. I mean, now they're happening only once in a blue moon, and that's really, really great. But my cortisol is super duper low. My adrenal tests did not turn out good in that way. So I'm trying to kind of heal that, and I need a little bit more carbs, so I still don't eat any grains whatsoever, but I have been pulling in some carbs in the way of like the occasional fruit, like figs. I love figs, and putting, you know, like some chopped dates and some stuff. I'll eat plantains with my dinner, and you know, sweet potato and stuff like that. Whole food carbs, but I hadn't been eating those at all, and so I'm adding them in because it's making me feel really good. So anyway, you've got this really beautiful avocado chicken salad. It doesn't have any mayo. My mom hates mayo, and I even told her to make her chicken salad this way. You can do tuna salad with avocado as well. So I've doubled up these big old green leaf. If you do one, it's gonna break and get all over your hands. So just kind of double up a couple of those, and you scoop as much of this as you want in there. We don't have a serving size today. You just have you a big old serving of this. I'm probably gonna eat 2/3 of this bowl. This I'll use for lunch tomorrow. And then you sort of taco them up a little bit. You can roll them all the way if you're packing them for lunch, and even put a little toothpick in there to just hold it together. But so I've got my 2 little lunch tacos here, and what I'm gonna do is put some beet chips with it. These are not the flavored ones. These are just beet chips. If you look at the ingredients, it just says organic beets. If you get the ones that have like sea salt or ranch flavoring on them, all of a sudden they have to put high oleic sunflower oil or like hydrogenated canola oil or whatever on there, and you just don't want to eat that shit. Don't put it in your body. If you're going to have packaged foods, get the ones that are very few ingredients and no hydrogenated oils. Be good to yourself. It'll bring your stress level down if you're putting really wonderful things in your body. And look how freaking pretty these look. And you can have the whole bag of this one. It's just like 150 calories. There are, you know, if you're watching your sugars, beets do have sugar. It's a little easier to process because it's natural sugar, but you still think about it at least. And watch it. But it's like a really decadent, pretty looking plate, and it's full. You're not starving yourself here, and you're giving yourself some really nutrient dense food, and you're gonna feel really, really good about it. And if you're like me and you haven't even had a shower yet today and it's already midday, follow this up with a bath. Put you some Dr. Bronner's Epsom salts in there, some essential oils. Get those little hyaluronic acid gel things to put under your eyes. Read a really good book. I'm reading a book called The Happiness Project right now that I'm really enjoying. I think her name is Gretchen Rubin, if you wanted to look that up. And I'm having a good time learning how to be happier despite life's stresses, because they get us all. So take good care of yourself, and I'll come up with more AIP kind of ideas for breakfasts and dinners and stuff, and share those, and other just quick dinners and stuff like that, just as best I can fit it in my schedule. I'm a busy lady. Love you guys. Thanks for watching. Happy October.